Greeting and welcome to my third consecutive Mech Dragons log of this year. If you haven't seen the previous entries, please go see them as they will explain many of the things I am mentioning in this log. But for now, let's jump straight into it with a fusion dragon, codename Beetle. You see, fusion dragons are species of dragons that are only formed when two dragons willingly decide to fuse with each other. They have completely unique personalities to the two dragons they combine from. You see, dragons, unlike humans, have special energies that let them fuse. This creature is a fusion of both the previously named in this log codename Rhino and the creature named in last year's log codename Arthropod. You see, after the Fusion Crisis, Great Rift, whatever you want to call it, codename Arthropod began working extremely hard so that he could join the Summer Squadron and fight against whatever brought them here. And in fact, he has joined it. He is now a part of the Summer Squadron. So often in battles, he will fuse with codename Rhino to get an extra leg up, even though codename Rhino is not yet a part of the squad. His abilities include being able to densen part of his exoskeleton at a time to make it tougher, durable wings as thick and as strong as metal, and great flight to go along with it. Unfortunately, as I said, fusion dragons usually have their own personality, and the one that this one holds is rather sadistic, enjoying the pain he causes in training. We're trying to talk him out of that, but we've made very, very, very little progress so far. The next dragon we will discuss today is not a fusion dragon, but a dragon known as codename Treasure. He is a son of a dragon we discussed last year, codename Opulent, may he rest in peace. Unfortunately, codename Opulent was slain in a mission about 3 months ago, and so his son was raised by Captain Bladeface, otherwise known as codename Blade. He was raised by this former pirate captain, and he now protects the vault, where the dragon branch of Mech keeps most of our resources. Luckily, on an adventure he went on for a short time, where he left the base in order to look for other resources to help us, he did find a large abandoned mineshaft in the Mesa that provided us with lots of gold to help fuel further experiments. The next dragon we will talk about is codename Siren, who we are tentatively working with. You see, codename Siren is actually a wanted criminal who uses their voice and their ability to shapeshift into slightly humanoid forms, apart from their snake-like tail, to lure in ships and kidnap the people on them, blackmailing people to get them back by asking for large amounts of money. She has not been caught yet, and we have not even caught her. However, we have tentatively started working with her. She has helped out on some missions, though at the end has never let us come to her and has never joined us in the base out of fear of being caught, and has lent her some of the riches she's gained from her endeavours, which I must say is quite a lot. She is nearing the point of being a billionaire. Unlike other dragons I've discussed in these logs, who joined us after the Fusion Crisis started, this dragon was actually part of our forces the last time I made my logs. However, I did not mention them as they were not part of our logs at the time. They were being hidden from one of our villains out of fear of being cursed, which unfortunately did happen. She had a magical curse placed upon her that turned her into a twisted and more demented dragon form, one of a kind. However, as she was a light dragon before being transformed, she gained the ability to spit flashbangs from her mouth, as she could before, that would also turn any beings that looked directly into it into stone. She started helping us out again recently, and thanks to her extremely powerful breath attacks, she has joined the Summer Squadron. Unfortunately for now, she's still a bit tentative about working for us, but is absolutely certain she is a great asset in the field, and a great member of the previously mentioned Summer Squadron. The dragon I am discussing now, codenamed Knuckles, is actually an enemy of the previously discussed Captain Bladeface, and is a were-dragon. Were-dragons are humans who have gained dragon-like features and the ability to turn into a full dragon on a full moon. However, stage 2 means that they stay in this form forever. And unfortunately, that's what codename Knuckles has reached. He gained his were-dragon form in a fight with his old pirate enemy Bladeface, and unfortunately after not curing it for a while, it became his permanent form. However, it does have its upsides: incredibly powerful punches, spikes on his knuckles, great flight and athletic ability, and oddly enough, a hand in the centre of his head that is the most powerful muscle on his body. He is quite powerful, but we have not placed him in the Summer Squadron out of fear of what codename Bladeface would do and if he would leave us. And due to his temperament of usually being rather angry, we also believe this is enough reason not yet to place him in the squadron. However, he definitely does have potential. His form leans more to being an aquatic dragon, but he does have good flight abilities, though is mainly suited towards gliding. The Warlord I have discussed in previous logs, who we have now discovered in the last week to be known as Wyvel Nur, is actually had a castle, which was situated on a large field surrounded by a forest, which was actually recently struck by an asteroid, which awoke this next dragon, codenamed Monument. You see, for a while, there was a stone pillar in the ground near the castle covered in runes, and we had no idea what its actual purpose was, or if it had one at all, but out of fear that it could be important in discovering the Warlord's identity, we kept it there. However, we now realise it was actually a dragon in disguise. This dragon. This dragon is a wyvern, meaning they have wings attached to their arms, and they are covered in runes, of which power different abilities. When they glow orange, it means he is activating that specific ability. We believe that monument dragons may have been a full species once utilised by the Warlord, but we have no specific evidence towards this, and he is the only reported monument dragon we know of. In other words, Captain Bladeface does actually have a more rageful form, possibly stemming from his rage problems. He has a more rageful form we have only captured once on camera, as it seems to skew the cameras whenever it's close, and he only activates it in peaks of pure and unbridled rage. However, codename Monument has proven to be able to calm him down from this, so we are looking into if this is one of his innate abilities or one activated by his runes. The final dragon for my penultimate log of this year is codenamed Hive. However, they differ from the other dragons I've discussed today, as all the others are sentient and this dragon is not. You see, dragons as a species have many different species within them, and different ones can either be intelligent or act more like wild animals. This one is trained by a human, as they are more like a wild animal, and we believe they are the last hive dragon alive. We used to believe they had gone extinct around 50 years ago, but this dragon claims to be of a group of them, which he doesn't recall where they are, so we do believe that they could be making a resurgence or have not been extinct this entire time. Hive dragons have the ability to store many insects inside of them, as they are covered in holes that access their internal body. They can breathe out swarms of bees, or simply let them loose on foes. Usually they are not able to fly that well, but they release so many insects that along with the flapping of their wings, they are almost carried by all these bugs. They are quite powerful and quite a good flyer once they get liftoff, though that is difficult for them. They appear like a hive, brightly coloured yellow and orange, and we believe this is why they almost went extinct. Their wings are suited better for gliding, however with all their insects, like I said, they are quite good flyers. Unfortunately, this dragon is very rarely used in the field nowadays, due to the risk they come with of making the species extinct if they're wrong and they are actually the only dragon. However, they are incredibly useful, and so have been added to the Summer Squadron, the final members of which will be noted in my next log next week. The Summer Squadron is the highest rated squadron we have, the strongest, and I hope to join it someday.